guys. How are we? I hope we all had a good weekend. I hope I was absent yesterday. Yeah, I wasn't even on the market. So it's quite a long story and one I think would bore you guys. And yeah, but I'm here, so let's get right into it. And so as we can see, right? So what do we do here? Here my name is Mubarak and we're analyzing the markets. So we're analyzing the forex market, major dollar pairs. We're analyzing the commodity markets, whatever we find interesting, cryptocurrency. We're analyzing the markets. So welcome back and welcome to our channel. Okay, so let's get right into it. So on the dollar, right? So you can see on dollar, um, you can see first of all, as we can see right here on this chart, we have this channel, right? Dollar has been trading in this channel for quite some time now, and we've had the first touch, a second touch, right? And now we've had a third touch. So for us, we're just looking for higher prices, right? We're looking for higher prices on the dollar. And so once we come here, so we can see right here we have the dollar making this consolidation pattern. Let's draw it out so you can see it's also right here. Right? If we draw it out, you can see it, right? I have this manipulation below, and then you can see, so you can see it also here, right? You can see it here too. So you can see the dollar, right? So 1, 2, 3. So we're just expecting higher prices on this thing. And so now also according to the weekly, the fractals, you can see right here we have a push into this low. We had fractal structure break. We had a fractal structure break bullish right here, and this was our fractal low. So fractal wise here, we're just bullish, and we're plainly just looking for higher prices on the dollar. That's what we want to see. And so keeping that in mind, then we come to the lower time frame. You can see here we have this area of demand. We have this equal lows that was swiped is clearer on the 4 hour. Will get there, but the point I'm trying to make here is here we have our fractal low, right? And then here we have our fractal high. So now we're just retracing into discount prices. And what do we want to look for from here? We're just looking for buys. So on the daily, we have here break and then pull back, and then so we just want to buy this thing. We're itching to buy it. Well, not itching. If market gives it to us, then we buy. If not, we just, it can still like take out these lows and then come right here. I mean, it's the market. But the point is, if it starts to break fractal structure, then we just start to look for buys on this thing. So, and here we have this manipulation candle, right? So we have this strong manipulation candle right here. So we're just, now we're in this demand, we're in this demand area, right? We came into this demand area, we pushed up. This was our fractal. Okay, so we pushed up, broke fractal structure. Now this became our demand. We came into here and then pull back into this new demand, and then we just started to buy from there. So now all we're just looking for, right? So keep in mind also we have this area, this as this equal lows right here. This equal lows after this grab of liquidity. We have this equal lows which is open, so market can come in, grab this lows, and then we start to buy, right? So with something like this, come, right, take out these lows and then change our fractal structure, and then we just start to get it. So keeping that in mind, Let's move down to Euro USD. Okay, on Euro USD, right? Let's go to the higher time frame. Let's see what's going on. Actually, let's clean up our chart a little bit. Okay, let's clean up our chart. Oh my goodness. Pardon. Okay, let's clean up the chart. Okay, so what can we see? First of all, we're bullish on this market, and you can see right here we have, if we look to our left, we have this ascending, oh sorry, descending highs. We have this descending highs, this area of supply right here. So above this descending highs, we have this area of supply right here, which is at 1.9917. So keeping that in mind, we know, okay, once we start to see higher prices, fractal structure break on Euro USD, we start to, like, this could be our next target, right? But also, like, on the dollar, we are expecting higher prices. So and which would mean lower prices for Euro USD. So now what can we see? We can see, okay, we have here an area of consolidation. Market came here and started to consolidate, making this, okay, 1, 2, 3 touch of this trend line, this descending highs, sort of a wedge pattern. So a descending triangle rather. So you can see 1, 2, 3, and then we're just expecting some sales from the dollar. We can from Euro USD, because we're expecting buys on the dollar, right? And then what can we see happening on Euro USD? We can see, okay, this is our area of supply, a strong supply, because it took out market structure, right? We have here, okay, our break of structure, push up. These are just our V-shaped reversals. These are swing low, these are swing high, and then market came into here, broke this structure, like this pullback here, and then took out liquidity and started to sell. So, and now looking at this leg, we have here, okay, pushing market upward, right? This demand, it pushed market upward. Market came into here, bought up again, right? Push market upward again. Market came into here, it bought again, right? So keep pushing market up, right? We just, it's seeing demand holding up. Now we came into this area of supply, and we spoke about this last week. So we took out this liquidity here, and then this was a strong area of supply. So we broke fractal structure, and then we sold, right? And now we came back into here, right? Yesterday, right? On Friday, yes, Friday and Monday. So it gave us that opportunity for a sell, breaking this fractal structure here, right? Pushed up, and then boom, boom, sold. So this became our supply, and inside this daily area of supply. So just a nice trade. I think it gave us a 1 to 2 for the people who took it. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's a 1 to 2, right? If you enter right here, could still be in the trade, like, yeah, 1 to 2. Yeah, about a 1 to 2. So you could have, for people who are looking for a 1 to 2, you could have closed it. But you know, if you're looking for 1 to 3, you got the big appetite, is to let it run a little bit. So let's see. Also, but keeping that in mind, we came into this area of demand. This demand took out liquidity, right? We have here, market came to this area of demand, it took out liquidity, right? And now we're pushing up. So if we see higher prices here, like break of these highs, we just start to look for buys into, right, the highs, right? So just keep that in mind. That's why for now I would just be, staying my hand and watching what Euro USD wants to do, because there are better dollar pairs out there right now to trade. Let's go to AUD USD, right? Let's go to AUD USD. If we look at this, right, so we've been in this consolidation, right, in this extended bull leg up, right, and we know, okay, if we're looking, what do we know about the market, right? From let's draw our trend line here. You can see, I'll get to what I'm saying, I'll get to my thought in a moment, just give me a second. Okay, okay, so you can see this channel right here, and then we broke out of this channel, right? We made this bull, like this V-shaped reversal, extended leg move up, and we know, okay, if we're having bullish consolidation pattern in an upward direction, in an uptrend, it shows signs of weakness of the bullish trend, right? So now we broke that market structure, came into this imbalance, right? Came into this supply level, boom, grab liquidity. It's clear on the daily, we'll get to it. Grab liquidity and then started to sell, right? Gave us beautiful opportunities, right? Good. So here we have that, this area of supply, which took out liquidity, by the way. So strong area of supply, right? Strong area of supply, guys, took out liquidity. Okay, what do we have resting here? Liquidity, right? Descending highs, right? We came into here, took it out, pushed down a little bit, right? You can see broke structure. Then we started to buy, came into here, right, into this strong area of supply, swept this eye, and then boom, just beautiful trade, right? Beautiful trade. We never looked back, right? So once we took out that liquidity, we never looked back, guys. Never. See, once it was taken, you just needed put your stop above the high, boom, 1 2 2, right? 1 to 2 granted. But if you got a big appetite, you could go for 1 2 3, but 1 to 2, boom, took out the side, right? So that was a beautiful trade opportunity. Also, if you come here, you could have found another trade opportunity here. Here we have a sweep of this high, right, guys? Here we have a sweep of this high. Let's go to the 1 hour, it's clearer. Here you have this imbalance, right? Right, guys, you can see this. Here we have a beautiful market, beautiful price action all around. Here we have this imbalance area, right? And then right below it, liquidity was resting. Let's draw it out properly. Right below it, liquidity was resting. We took out the highs, and then we took out the highs, guys, and then this was the low, right? This was the fractal structure shift. You could have entered on this, right, and then put your stop above this high for a 1 2 3, right? We're giving you a continuation of this trade from here, right? So just beautiful price action overall. Okay, this happened, when did this happen? Yesterday on Monday. Such a beautiful trade. Okay, and now we've taken out these lows, right? So we can expect, what do we expect after a super the low? Probably higher prices on AUD USD, and then maybe taking out these highs, retesting this supply, which took out market structure, and then we start to look for further sells on this pair, right? So from here would be a nice place to sell it from, right? Or we could start to sell from here, because this also took out liquidity, right? So let's see what market wants to respect. So our job is just to be there once it starts to break the fractal structure and shows us its hand, so we can use it to take out this liquidity or this liquidity. So let's watch for what's gonna happen. Okay, let's move on to NZ pardon. Sorry guys, I'm coming down with a cold. Okay. Similar market structure, because they move alike in a sense, right? So NZD, and AU, they're very similar pairs, right? Yeah, we can, like, you can see it. So the thing with NZD is it's not as clean as AU. Why? Because if you see this, right? So we came into, let's go back to the daily for a second. Right, so we came into the supply area. Once we came into the supply area, right, we broke fractal structure, and then we just expect lower prices on NU, right? So we came to the supply area, push down. This was that sweep of these. It just came in. We didn't have like the descending lows pattern, the descending highs on AU. AU was just cleaner. So but we came in here, swiped the highs, respected this gap, this um, fair value gap, right, for the people who traded inside the supply range, and then boom, we just pushed down and just started to sell, right? If we have for here was the fractal low break, and then so now this morning you can see now we're just retracing, looking for higher prices here. What do we have here? We have this area of supply. So we'll be watching the market, see what happens when it comes here. If it starts to break the low, then we just follow it, probably to take out these lows or these lows. For GBP USD, we took a loss last week trying to target this higher prices. We'll get to it. I think we talked about it last week, but for the sake of people who were not here, we'll talk about it since it just. Oh, pardon, is that no? Let me see what that. Let me see what that was. Okay, so on GU, as you can see, like we have this swing low here, which we came. This was a break of structure, This was the V-shaped reversal, and we came, swiped the low, and now we started to make higher prices. And then you can see also we have here. Give me a second. Okay, let's get into. Okay, pardon. Sorry, guys. Okay, so here we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, third touch, right? We're making higher prices, and then we started to consolidate. Guys, remember what we said about AU also? Once we start to consolidate as we're making higher prices towards the upside, it can be a sign of a reversal, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, third touch, broke market structure, came into this imbalance, we tested this imbalance, and then sold again. So now we come here, we've swiped liquidity, right? So we've swiped liquidity, guys, and then if you put, it's also right. So we swipe liquidity, we have the supply right here inside this imbalance. Let's draw it out. This area of imbalance right here, guys. Let's clear on the far wall, we'll get to it. Right. So what do we have? We have here this descending highs, guys. We have this descending highs. So beautiful area of liquidity is resting right above. But the thing is, now we're inside the supply area. We grab liquidity. Once we grab liquidity, what do we expect, guys? A break, a reversal, right? So we sold, and here was our fractal structure. Give me a second, let's delete this. Let's get this out of the way. Here was our fractal low. Okay, here was our fractal low, guys. Here was our fractal low. Then we started to consolidate in this leg up again, giving us another reason to look for that sell, right? So we were consolidating, and then this was that breakout, retest, and then sold off, right? So this was a trade opportunity on GU here. So we had a trade opportunity on GU right here. Okay, we could have gotten in at 1 2 3. Could have gotten a 1 2 3 out of this trade. Beautiful trade overall. Okay, congratulations if you took that. I'm sure some of you did, guys. So congratulations if you took it. Okay, and then now we're just retracing into this supply level right here. So we can still look for lower prices on GU. There's still potential on this trade. So let's watch. Once we start to see those fractal structure breaks, then we can start to look for lower prices on GU. Okay, and then let's move on to gold. No, pardon. So with gold, you can see right here we're consolidating. Right, we're just consolidating. This is a pet that is in consolidation, like, so there's no doubt about it. But also we're bullish, right? That's clear to see. And then here we have this area of demand. Now we're in this area of demand. This demand area, this daily demand area right here. And then this daily demand area took out liquidity, guys. So once it took out liquidity, we bought. So once now we're coming into here, so I'm not against looking for higher prices on gold, but probably I want to see maybe a swipe of this low, right? I want to see a swipe of this low. If I see a swipe of this low and then start to see change in fractal structure, guys, we'll just look for that buy on gold. Okay, so thank you for your time. Have a lovely day. Probably this was a long video. I don't even I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Probably you can hear it from my voice, so I'll just rest a little bit and then hopefully I feel better by tomorrow. Okay, thank you.